Hello everybody, my name is Matt Dela Cruz. I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on Microsoft Office 2011 PowerPoint on the Apple MacBook. Microsoft Office 2011 PowerPoint on the MacBook is kind of similar and kind of different to Microsoft Office 2010 PowerPoint on a Windows PC. It's kind of different because the tabs are in kind of different locations, but it's essentially the same because you're still creating a PowerPoint for your audience. It's pretty important to learn how to create a PowerPoint because, well, for me, for example, I use it in school a lot. I have a lot of PowerPoint presentations due at the end of the quarter, so it's pretty important for me to know about PowerPoint and for your career-wise too, because there's a lot of businesses that you have to do PowerPoint presentations to your managers, to your customers, about the different products and about your plans for the future. So it's pretty important educational wise and towards your career. So the first step in creating a PowerPoint is actually opening the application. Go find your folder. On here I created a shortcut on my desktop, so it's over here, Microsoft Office 2011 folder. I would open it and I would find Microsoft PowerPoint and just open it. Microsoft Office PowerPoint is kind of easy to see on the Apple MacBook because there's a sign with a big P and it kind of just shows you the application and the location of the application. So click on it. So when you first click on it, it gives you the PowerPoint presentation gallery. Over here you can select the different themes that you could choose throughout your presentation. As you can see, there's a lot of themes that you could choose, but for now I would choose white because right now I'm just showing you the basics of a PowerPoint presentation. I'll just change the theme later on to make the presentation look more beautiful. So over here is the templates. Here is the pre-made PowerPoint presentations. I really won't recommend using the templates because it kind of limits your creativity. If you want to learn how to make a presentation on your own for future references, I would just start from scratch and just go with themes and just go from there. Also, it'll give you a better understanding of what you're presenting, and it would make the flow more better when you're presenting it to the audience. So, in order to start, I would choose themes. I would choose my theme with just white. So over here is the home page. As you can see, there's different tabs. I'm going to go over it one by one with you. On the top, you could actually save the PowerPoint. It's kind of like similar to Microsoft Office 2010 Word, where you could save it. Let me save it right now. PowerPoint tutorial, and I'll save it in the documents. I want to save it right now because it'll probably because a lot of stuff happens if a computer could crash or if you run out of power. It's better to just save on a go every time so you don't lose your data. Okay, at first is the home slide. So over here you can add new slides. As you can see on the left, there's new slides. You can actually choose the layout. So for my first slide, I want to choose the layout. There's a lot of different layouts that you could choose. But for right now, I want to choose the title slide because this is the beginning of my presentation. And over here is the section. You could add a section. It kind of knows your presentation. It kind of organizes your presentation, but I don't really use the section because I'm just creating a basic presentation for you guys to give you a better understanding of PowerPoint. So for my title, I'll just put PowerPoint tutorial, and for the subtitle, I'll just put by Matthew Dela Cruz. Usually I'll try to add some graphics to it to make it look better. I'll add some later on just to show you guys how to make your presentation look better. Okay, for the next slide, it chooses a layout already. This is the most popular layout, title and content, because it's probably the most basic. Title and content, you just choose a title and then you just choose the content that you want in the below. I'll go with that first. So for right now, for the content, it's under the Format tab. I would choose PowerPoint Basics. So the first thing that I showed you guys was to open the application via Microsoft Office folder. And then the second thing I'm showing you was to create a title page. Create a title page. And then the next thing I show you after that was create some slides. Go from there. Okay, so here's my first slide of my PowerPoint presentation. Usually it'll kind of give you an agenda of what you're going over. So it gives you it gives the audience what they expect for the presentation and what you're expecting to cover. So this is basically my agenda for the presentation. I already opened the application for you. I already created a title page. I'm creating a slides from there, and I'm actually gonna make it look better for you guys. Okay, so for right now, let's go create a theme for the PowerPoint presentation to kind of make the presentation more visually accepted on the audience perspective. It makes it look better. I suggest going with the theme rather than going for white. I notice in a lot of my classes, a lot of students, they only choose a white theme. It looks blank, it looks plain. I don't really recommend it. Um, so yeah, I would choose the theme. I would choose a theme. So you could go with black theme. Black theme is pretty cool. I use the black theme sometimes in my PowerPoint presentations, but it's still kind of basic though. It's just black and white. That's a pretty good theme. So Advantage. I really like the Advantage theme because it's white in the background, so it's kind of easy to read and it's kind of easy to look at, and it's easy on the eyes. Let's go choose a theme that I like. We'll go with Expo. See how much better it looks compared to when it's just white? Okay, so I kind of like this theme because it kind of shows you it shows you a nice color arrangement, and actually in the background is still white, so you could actually see the bullet points. So after you create a theme, let's go make the site look prettier. So after you create a theme, um, okay, I'll just go according to this. You could actually create a table. Creating a table gives the audience a better understanding of if you're trying to show anything like statistics or anything like that. It's kind of like Microsoft Excel, if you're kind of familiar with Microsoft Excel. So you can actually choose the rows and columns of the table. So say I want to choose a 2x2 table. It'll be like this. Let's go make it bigger a little bit. And over here you could add text to it. That's not really a good color. Let's go change the color into black. You can actually add text to it. So I'll just add my schedule. So my schedule would be going to class. And then next, let's go change the color again. And then after that is going to school. Change the color again. I don't really like white. And then doing homework. And then change the color again. Going to sleep. Okay, it's not really associated with anything, but it just gives you a better understanding of a table of what to do. For the title, I'll just put schedule. Over here, I'll probably add pictures. If you add pictures, you could insert a picture. Go to insert a photo. You could add a photo from browser, a photo from file. Here's an example of adding a photo from a file. I have different pictures already. Or you could add photo from browser. It's more, you could add clip art. So clip art is probably the most useful one because it already has preloaded images. If you go on the other part where I just showed you but I exited, is because you have to download images manually when you go through, when you go online, you have to download images. So over here I would probably, what's associated with going to class? So probably personal? No. Going to class. Okay, so going to class, say you have a chemistry class, you would add it right there. You'd probably decrease it and just add it right there. It kind of gives the audience a better, it makes it look better and kind of gives the audience a better understanding of, oh yeah, I'm going to chemistry class. Okay, so doing homework, I'll just show you an example of adding a picture through a download. So first, I would click on the browser. I usually use Firefox, so close that really quick. Firefox, or find Internet Explorer, whatever you use. I usually go on Google Images because it's the easiest to do. And on the next PowerPoint is going to school. I go to Cal State East Bay. So click on this image, save image as, so it doesn't get confused with any other images because I name a lot of my images just image. So save it as CSUEB. And over here, insert photo, picture from file, and find the CSUEB. And there we go. So as you can see, adding a photo is pretty easy. Let's just do the rest of it because I'm almost done. I'm creating a PowerPoint presentation. So doing homework, I'll just go on Google Images, homework. This is pretty cool. Save image as, homework. Close this, and then insert picture, find homework. There we go. And going to sleep. I could just put Z's. Z's are common for going to sleep. I'll show you how to edit it right now. So you can actually edit it with Smart Art to make it look better. Or not Smart Art. With the font. With Word Art. You can actually edit it with Word Art to make it look better. So you don't really have to download anything. Let me try to position it right here. Let me delete these in the background. And there we go. Okay, so that's my schedule. That's basically what I go through every day. I go to class, go to school, do homework, and go to sleep right after homework. So now you know how to create a table and you know how to add pictures to your presentation. I'm gonna show you transitions, which is common. Okay, so for the first transition, I would probably want to transition to the title page to one of the content pages. So I would click on transition. You could choose the different transitions that you want. So say you want to fade, you want to push. Push looks pretty nice. You want to wipe, and wipe looks pretty nice too. So I would probably choose, and for my personal preference, I want to choose push in the transition. So I don't really recommend transitions because, like for a lot of your PowerPoint slides, this is because it kind of slows down The presentation. So next on the list would be animations. Animations is basically just transitions, but with the text in your PowerPoint presentation. So for example, I would choose animations. I would choose one of the texts, say over here, and you can make it appear, lines, checker. Checker's pretty nice. Dissolve. I would probably go with blinds. Um, For for animations, I don't really recommend it also, similar to transitions. Transitions I recommend more because it's kind of quicker, but if you're doing animations on all your PowerPoints, for example, if I put this, it kind of makes the presentation like last a lot longer than it usually is, and your audience tends to get bored with your presentation when your presentation is really, really long. Okay, so now finally the last thing I'm going to show you is creating a chart. Creating a chart is really useful if you have a lot of statistics in the way, if you want to show some kind of graphs or anything like that. So click on the chart tab and say you want to click uh, a column in order to compare some stats with other stats. So once you create a chart, it kind of, if you're familiar with creating charts or charts in Excel, it brings you up to the Excel sheet, and this is actually connected with your PowerPoint presentation. So the data that you save here, it goes to the chart that saves on your PowerPoint presentation, and you could actually edit the data from PowerPoint, and it'll keep on, so you can keep on updating the data. So over here, we'll just regular data. And over here, so here's the chart. So chart, let's go edit the data to show you what I'm talking about. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So here I edited data. Um, let's go edit the series. It doesn't really make sense right now because I'm showing you the presentation. Obviously, you're gonna create your own chart with your own titles and everything, so it'll make a lot more sense than what I'm showing you right now. Teacher, okay. So here I edited some of the data, and over here when I click on the PowerPoint, so it edited data for us. It actually gives you a cool looking key right here. So it edited the titles and actually edit the numbers. So it's pretty useful. You could actually edit the chart styles too, make it look a lot better, and you could actually, for the layouts, you actually could change the layouts. And if you want to just edit the data, click on this tab right here, edit data in Excel, and you could actually change the chart on the go. So say you don't really want a column chart, you want a pie chart, you think a pie chart would look better with your presentation. There we go. But so a line graph. I think a line graph would look better with the presentation because it shows um, what one thing is compared to the other. Either I would go with a line graph or column graph if you're comparing numbers with a pie chart. If you're going with percentages, then I'll go with a pie chart. So now that I created a chart, let me delete this slide. So our PowerPoint presentation is complete. It doesn't really make sense, but here it is. So right now I want to go to Home tab just to show you an example of the PowerPoint presentation that we created right now. I'll go to the Home tab and when I would press play, and so here's the PowerPoint presentation. I'll give you an example of how am I going to present the PowerPoint tutorial right now. So here I go. So first off, my name is Matthew Dela Cruz. I'm going to show you a PowerPoint tutorial. I created my presentation on PowerPoint tutorial. So there goes the transition. So for now, I'm going to go over the PowerPoint basics. Here's the animations that I created. Here's to create some slides. Open the application via Microsoft Office folder. Create title page. And go from there. So here's the schedule that I created with you guys when I was adding pictures. Going to class, going to school, doing homework, going to sleep. And here's the chart that I created for you guys. We transitioned from a bar graph to a line graph because we thought it would be a better look for what we're trying to show. And that concludes our presentation. So now that you know how to make a presentation, and if you like it, then you can save it so the data doesn't erase. So now that you know how to create a presentation, hopefully this will help you out. Hopefully I showed you how to create some graphics and how to make your presentation look more presentable when you're presenting an audience. And hopefully you could use the data that I showed you in the future. Thank you for listening to my PowerPoint presentation. Have a nice day. Thank you.